Yeah, we back. We back now, brothers. This is going to be another one of those videos, man, where I preach the importance of making sure that you vet the woman that you choose to be the mother of your children, the wife, the matriarch of your family. It's not a game, brother. It's not a game. You boys be thinking it's a game, man. It's not a game, bro. It's real life. Now, this video, man, brace yourself, brothers. Put on your seatbelt. Put on your seatbelt, man. I'm telling you. It's going to be a roller coaster, man. It's going to be a roller coaster. But let's get into it, man. I wasn't going to do this video because I wasn't going to do it, man. But I woke up this morning and I said, man, forget it. I'm grabbing the microphone. Let's do it. Now, there was a conversation that went viral on social media. And it all started with this. Take a look up on the screen. This first lady, she hopped on Twitter and she said, I love how sweet and pure baby boys are, and then society gets a hold of them and we get whatever it is men are. Shaking my head. And that tweet got 1.3 million views, almost 1,000 reposts, over 4,000 likes, etc. Now, this lady right here, she's the topic of discussion for today's video. She replied to that and she said this: I'm watching my baby boy turn into a little misogynist because of societal standards he's learning in daycare. Already he's saying, ew, it's for girls. Mommy, you're a girl, you can't do that. I had to ask his daycare teacher what is going on. She said the other kids. Now keep in mind, she's talking about a child that's around daycare age. I'm assuming that's what, 3 years old, 4 years old. I'm not sure. Keep in mind, she's not talking about an adult man. She's talking about somebody who's probably, I don't know if he's even potty trained or nothing like that. We're talking about a young child, 3 years old probably, right? Now let's continue. She went on to say, it happens as early as daycare because misogyny, racism are systems that the average person internalizes and thus passes on to their babies. It means that we have work to do as parents and guardians. Now, brothers, if you've been following my channel, what do I say about the women that start talking about, racism, the system of white supremacy? You remember what I said about them women that all be talking that blackity black, ungawa, black power, racism, all that crap? Remember what I said. Keep that in mind. Remember what I said. Now let's continue. Let's take a look at the definition from the dictionary on what a misogynist is so we understand what she is labeling a young 3-year-old boy. According to the dictionary, a misogynist is a person who dislikes, despises, or strongly prejudiced against women. Synonyms include a woman hater, an anti-feminist, a male chauvinist, a male supremacist, a chauvinist, a sexist, a male chauvinist pig. Now, let's take a look at some of the reactions on social media. This brother said, damn, you really calling your black son in daycare a misogynist? I feel bad for him. Please give up custody and give him to his father. This person said, is it just me, or is calling your young son a woman hater for saying childish things completely insane? Man, brothers, this is why I tell y'all to vet the women that you are dealing with. But like I said, brace yourself. Make sure you have your seatbelt on because this one is going to be one of the crazier case studies that we dive into, man. So like I said, have your seatbelt on, so don't say I didn't warn you. We just keep watching. Let's continue. This lady said, so when girls say things like, no, that's for boys, are they misandrous? And I wish I would use words correctly, because him not wanting to do girl things, that does not mean that he hates girls. Please, just let kids be kids. This person said, calling your son a little misogynist is kind of wild. We got to stop using the most extreme language to describe behavior, especially when it comes to black boys. This person said, labeling a child, your child, who is still of daycare age, a little misogynist is crazy. Gender-based social standards are still a norm in most cultures and groups, but these standards may also vary. You as a parent can also set those standards and teach your child accordingly. This person said, y'all discovered the term misogyny and haven't looked back since. Oh man. This person said, the little boy was blessed with pattern recognition, which is a sign of high IQ, but his mama is about to beat it out of him. Vicious cycle. Man. This brother said, please CPS, do your job correctly for once and save the child. Oh man. This lady said, there's femininity and masculinity and they both have their characteristics. No matter how you try, you can't blur the line. The only thing you will succeed at is making your son weak and vulnerable in a rough world that requires masculinity to thrive. Now, brothers, I've been talking about on my channel, we've been talking about the West African politics. We've been talking about the men getting ready to mobilize for war. We live in a real world, bro. A real world that requires men to be men, especially black men. If it's any group of men that need to embrace all facets of masculinity, embrace all levels of masculinity, all elements of masculinity, it's the black man. right? It's the black man, not even just physically, but also mentally, intellectually as well. We cannot fall victim to any of this propaganda they send it to us talking about, bro, we cannot. We have to be men. We have no choice. We have to be men. Our back is against the wall politically and economically. Black men have to be men. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Anybody telling you different, man, don't even pay attention to them. Let's continue. Now, going back to the subject at hand, this lady up on the screen, remember, she said she compared her son to a little misogynist because at his young age of 3 years old, 4 years old, he's already noticing pattern recognition. He's noticing boys tend to do this, girls tend to do this. And his mother does not like that because he wants him to relate to a gender blind world. Like, you know how they have like a color blind world, we don't see color. She wants to raise her son in a gender blind world where we don't see gender norms. You know, boys can do what girls do, girls can do what boys do. She's raising a black son in a world where the odds are stacked against him. And I like this one tweet that I've seen by this brother right here. He said this: black boys need to be learning reading, math, finance, science. You can keep your gender studies. And I agree. Black boys, they need to be reading and learning about what really matters in life. That's going to really empower them, really empower their community, really empower their families, and really empower their people. Man, listen, and that goes back to what I said. Brothers, you have to make sure the woman that you are going to choose to be the mother of your child, the wife that you choose, you get on one knee and walk down the aisle, you have to make sure that is the proper decision you are making. I feel like a lot of y'all boys don't really take into account the gravity of the decision you are making. I really don't think y'all understand what's at stake. I told y'all the danger of choosing the wrong woman, man. But listen, like I said, keep your seatbelts on. We haven't even got into the craziness yet. Listen, brothers, remember what I told you about them women like this? The goddess of the black. Oh my God, the dreads and the braids, the natural hair. I'm so pro-black. Oh my God, bro, get ready, man. I hope you got your seatbelts on. Let's continue. Now, keep in mind, this lady called her young son a misogynist because at his young age, he was noticing the different gender norms and different gender standards in society at his young age, right? Now, they dug into her catalog. They dug into her old tweets. Not even an old tweet. It was really like a few months ago. She said this. Take a look up on the screen. Me? Shovel snow? I am a woman. I want to protect my feminine energy. And so I let my man use his masculine energy to shovel while I rest in my softness, looking at him be a man through the window. Yeah. Brothers, where do y'all be finding these folks that y'all be getting pregnant, man? Y'all boys be laying up with anything, man, just because y'all boys out of pocket, man. Now, brothers, keep in mind, she wants her black son to not see gender norms, not adhere to gender norms. Meanwhile, she said herself, there are certain things I'm not going to do because I'm a woman and that's designed for a man to do, right? Listen. Like I told you, get ready. Take a look up on the screen. I'm not even going to read this. I'm not even going to read it. You just have to read it your goddamn self. Keep in mind, this is somebody that said she doesn't do gender norms. You know, that's patriarchal. That's archaic. She wants to raise her son to not see gender standards, things like that. Meanwhile, brother, just take a look up on the screen, man. The same lady who said she doesn't want her black son to adhere to gender norms, she is ready to adhere to all traditional gender norms if the Most High, if the Almighty, if the ancestors, if the Orishas, if Allah, if Buddha, if Confucius blesses her with a European. Now, brothers, what did I tell y'all about these so-called pro-black, the goddess of the black power, Ungawa? Man, brothers, man, this is so out of pocket. Take a look up on the screen. Now, I blocked out her name because I'm not trying to dox anybody. It's not that type of party. But self-proclaimed speaker, writer, and civil rights activist. Oh my goodness, brothers. Oh my goodness, man. I'm telling you, brothers. I'm telling you, man. What did I tell y'all about the so-called pro-black female, man? Man, I'm telling you, brothers. I'm telling you. It's out of pocket in these streets. It's really out of pocket out here in these streets. Not only is she fraudulent in her message because she doesn't want her children to abide by certain gender norms when she herself said that she is going to abide by certain gender norms. She herself is not willing to do certain things because that is not a woman's role. Not only that, she's the typical modern day pro-black female, always talking about, oh, I'm down for the people, I'm down for the folks, my black fist up in the air, the civil rights activism. They allegedly claim that they are on a crusade against white supremacy. Meanwhile, the same exact white supremacists who created the patriarchal system that they're complaining about, they have no problem getting in bed and arching that back for that same white supremacist. Man, I'm telling you, brothers, you think it's a game. You think when I tell y'all to vet, you think when I tell y'all to ask questions, you think I'm just saying it just to say it. You think I'm just saying it for content. I'm saying it because it's real life. I'm saying it because I've been in that situation where you on a date with a woman, you think she's so intelligent, you think she's so enlightened, you think she's so pro-black, you ask her a couple questions, what do you think about interracial dating? Next thing you know, she goes from talking like Malcolm X, then she starts talking like Martin Luther King. We all brothers and sisters, we all God's children, we all locking arms together, we all holding hands together. Bro, I've been in that situation so many times. They talk so revolutionary, so pro-black, so radical. Then you ask that one question and they just, oh man, they start talking like Mahatma Gandhi. You know, they start talking like Martin Luther King. Oh man, all that fiery radical energy, it goes out the window. Man, I've seen it. I've seen the fiery radical energy evaporate with that one question. What do you think about interracial dating? Bro, I'm telling you, they go from revolutionary, bro, that shit fizzles away. Now, let's take a look at some of the reactions on social media. This brother said, it's always the black goddess of the Nubian queens. Man, I'm telling you. Yeah. This person said, her name being the goddess of black makes it more egregious. Man, I'm telling you, when you see a woman doing all that performative blackness, you know, putting on the pro-black costume, like I always say, putting on the costume, saying all the buzzwords, man, it's a fashion statement for the vast majority of them, bro. I told you, 90%, it's a fashion statement. No different than rocking a Louis Vuitton purse, man. It's just for fashion. It's to look cool. You know, no different than wearing some, you know, Valentino high heels, man. They doing it for the fashion. They don't mean none of that shit, bro. Don't worry about that, bro. And I told you, even the white boys know that, bro. Even the white boys know, man, that pro-black, that's performative, man. That's fashion statement. She ain't about that life for real. But anyways, let's continue. This person said, this is the saddest tweet I've ever seen in my life. The girl was literally praying for an interracial relationship. This person said, that might be the craziest opening line in modern day history. This person said, I pray that child gets the love he deserves and a fair shot at life. Man, brothers, man, y'all boys are out of pocket. What did I tell y'all? You're not supposed to deal with these women that be dating outside the race. These swirlers, the divestors. As soon as the woman even tells me, bro, I'm not trying to hear the reasoning behind it. I don't care about the reasoning behind it. I'm gone. I'm ghost, man. I'm gone. She never gonna hear from me again. Bro. I've done that multiple times in the past. Once I find out, oh, you one of those? Oh, all right, bet. You know, I'm out. She probably gonna blow up your phone because you're not answering the text. You ignoring her. Man, just block her number, man. Block her number, bro. Block her number. Just move on, man. Move on. Do not condemn your child to having a mother like that. The last thing you want to do is condemn your black child to having a mother with that mindset. It's not a game, brother. It's not a game. Let's continue. This person said, she doesn't have a problem with social constructs and traditional gender roles when it benefits her and Whitey, but her boy can't express a moment of transgression in an innocent manner. Man, crazy. This person said, black men be having kids with weirdos. Yeah. Brothers, you think it's a game? Man, you know, I'm going to cut the brother some slack because I don't think that he knew her mindset going into the situation. He was probably fooled by the outer appearance. He was probably fooled by the rhetoric in the exterior, like many black men get fooled by. He probably didn't do the deep dive into her mentality. He probably didn't do the deep dive because I guarantee if he was a black man with self-respect, intelligence, and consciousness, once he knew that she had this mindset or she held these feelings and these sentiments, he would have never took it all the way there to starting a family. Nah. I'm going to cut the brother some slack and I'm going to assume that he was bamboozled into this. You know, I'm going to cut my brother some slack. I'm going to give my brother the benefit of the doubt. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because maybe he didn't have this information years ago. Right? So that's why we got to have these conversations among each other, man, because it's not a game, brothers. It's not a game. Let's continue. This person said, now I'm going to have to reword it because I don't want to get flagged by the algorithm. Right? So he basically said, envision your beloved spouse openly extolling the virtues of the individuals who, in the annals of history, held her ancestors in the chains of servitude. That's basically what he said. You can read between the lines. And that's a big reason why, for me, divestors, swirlers, big no, big disqualification. I'm not doing it. Because number one, I don't even date outside my race. So I'm not going to be dealing with a woman that be dibbling dabbling outside the race. And especially not one who openly extols the virtues of the same men who waged war against her ancestors. I just can't. I don't even want to wrap my head around the mentality and the justification and the mental gymnastics that you do to justify that behavior. I don't care. I don't want to know about it. Leave me alone, man. Moving on. He went on to say, but he had nothing to do with what his forefathers did. Shut up, you hippie. I see a deeper reality than you. I feel you, bro. I feel you. Let's continue. This brother said, I wonder if black men started invading and pillaging, would white women deem us a blessing centuries later? Man, listen. The example I would always use is, brother, have you ever once in your life heard a Jewish woman say one positive statement about a Nazi, a descendant of a Nazi, said any kind words, gave a compliment to a Nazi? Have you ever heard it? Have you ever seen it? Will you ever hear it? Will you ever see it? No, you will not. You will not. And I think that's normal behavior. So why do we as black men, right? Black men who are, we are intelligent, we are conscious, we love our people. Why should we have to tolerate that type of rhetoric and behavior from our women? I don't think we have to. That's why I tell brothers, make sure you vet, make sure you do your due diligence. And once you see or smell some funny business, bro, get up out of there, bro. Don't waste your time. Don't even waste your time. Because like I told you, it's not a game. The woman that you choose to be your wife, the matriarch of your family, the mother of your children, the vessel through which you will transmit the culture and traditions of your ancestors, it's not a game, brother. It's not a game. You got to look at it like damn near life and death. I'm telling you, bro, it's not a game. Y'all be just getting any woman pregnant. I don't get down like that. Let's continue. This person said her son and her child's father are both black, so her tweets come off as even more strange. This person said, I swear to God, it always be the ones that claim to be pro-black. It's literally a front. Goddess of black. Yeah, alright. Oh man, let's continue. This person said, a lot of these boys don't have a chance based on who's raising them at home. Fathers are needed bad. Man, brothers, you think it's a game when I tell y'all to make sure to vet, make sure the woman you are choosing is the proper candidate to carry on your legacy. But y'all think it don't even matter. Y'all think it's just, man, whatever. It's your business. It's your business, man. It's your business. It's your lineage. It's your legacy. It's your family. Whatever. Let's continue. This person said, black man, what have we let these people do to our women? I'm assuming he's talking about, the Western curriculum that we get taught in schools, the Western media that we get inundated with from a young age, things like that, the brainwashing and the conditioning that we get surrendered to from a young age. And I tell y'all, all of these could be decreased. The effects of this can be decreased if black men start our own media companies, black men start our own institutions, our own centers of learning, our own universities with our own curriculum, teaching our own children so they don't start parroting all these lines and buzzwords they heard from white universities, misogyny, patriarchy, all this crap. All this stuff they learn from foreign communities because we surrendered and outsourced the education of our own children to somebody else. Because these buzzwords, these conversations, these phrases are not used in our own culture. It's not coming from the household. They're getting it from outside the household and they're coming back and, buzzwords, misogyny, my son's a misogynist, gender roles, patriarchy, traditional standards, gender norms, cis heteronormativity, intersectionality. All this stuff, it does not come from our culture. It does not come from our ancestors. These come from foreign cultures that we absorb because we are in an integrated society and we do not have our own. We do not embrace having our own. We embrace integrating with other communities. And when you integrate, their philosophies, their worldview, their culture begins to rub off on you. Because in our cultures, in a natural environment, black women, they don't get upset when a young boy wants to be a man. They embrace the man being a man because she knows when he grows up, he's going to be the man in the family. When grandpa passes away, when dad passes away, they're going to pass the torch down to him and he's going to be the man of the family. He's going to be the man of the household. He's going to be the patriarch of the family. And that's embraced. They embrace him to be the man because they know they're going to be able to count on him. He's going to be able to provide. He's going to be able to step up when needed. But it's only when our women get around this Western culture, this Western civilization, all of a sudden, the man being a man, they don't like that anymore. But, it is what it is, man. It's kind of our fault as men because this is what happens when you surrender the minds of your children to foreign communities. Because instead of establishing our own centers of learning with our own curriculum, we have a habit of putting on a pedestal the institutions of other communities. Oh, the Harvards and the Yales and the Princetons and things like that. We put those institutions on a pedestal and we don't want to compete with those institutions. We don't want to have the equivalent of a Harvard or a Yale. I think Harvard has what? A $40 billion endowment or something crazy? We don't want to establish our own major world famous institution of learning. We just want to send our kids to the big white fancy institution. And then when we outsource the minds of our children and they come out talking crazy, we want to act surprised. Let's continue. Now, going back to what I said about the importance of black men not only establishing our own centers of learning, our own universities, etc., with our own curriculum, we also have to establish our own media companies, our own movie studios, our own record labels, our own facets of media to control our own narrative, because her mindset can be traced back. Take a look up on the screen. Take a look at this tweet. And it gives you an insight of why she had the mentality that she used to have before she ended up marrying a black man and starting a black family. She said this. They dug up her old tweet. She said this. I was in the 8th grade the first time I saw this film on A&E. She's talking about A Bronx Tale. I remember this film being the first movie I saw a dark-skinned girl this beautiful and was the love interest of a white boy. It impacted me positively. Wow. Wow, bro. Wow. I told y'all boys, the power of media is real. The power of media is real. She said she saw a movie with a black girl was the love interest of a white boy. And she said it had an impact on her, a positive impact. So that probably is the reason why she ended up, making that tweet about, God blessing her, the ancestors blessing her with a white boy. You know what I mean? God bless me. God bless me. I'm going to make sandwiches and watch hockey. Man, listen. Wow. The power of media. Now, who created The Bronx Tale? Who created that movie that ended up influencing her mentality? What movie studio was responsible for that? That was Tribeca Productions, founded by Robert De Niro. Tribeca Productions is an American film and TV production company founded in 1989 by Robert De Niro. So this man started a TV and production company, directed a movie, released it onto the market, and that influenced this young girl's mentality to admire white people. Bro, I'm telling you, the power of media is not a joke. It's not a joke. And that's one of the reasons why that's an industry that I'm going to penetrate as I get older. That's an industry that I'm going to target as I get older. My YouTube channel is just the beginning, man. The media game, that's something that black men have to attack. I'm telling you, it's not a game. We have to control our own narrative. Because one thing I hate is when people tell me that media has no impact on real life, or media has no influence on real life, or they try to say it's just entertainment. I never bought into that. I know the power and impact of movies, music, TV, media, propaganda, messaging, marketing. It's not a game. It's real life. Now, let's continue, man. Brothers. This brother said, I swear to God, white liberals are going to pay for what they did to my black queens. Oh, man, that shit funny. Now, brothers, this is why I told you to put on your seatbelt. Put on your seatbelt, strap up, because, yeah, they dug into some of her old tweets, man. They dug into some of her tweets. And it gets even worse. I'm not even going to say nothing. I'm just going to sit back. I'm going to let y'all look at the screen. And I'm going to just let it play. And I'm going to be right back, man. I'm going to come back with my commentary. Just take a look, man. Just take a look. Keep in mind, this is the same lady that claims I'm so pro-black, the goddess of the black civil rights activist. I got a black husband and I got a black child. Man, we got to dive in deep on this, man. Just take a look up on the screen. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to let y'all read it. Just take a look. Now, on this tweet, she says, black women gotta divest. It's a wonderful feeling to experience. Keep in mind, this lady, after all that, she ended up marrying a black man, having a black child, and becoming a pro-black civil rights activist. And you wonder why I tell y'all boys y'all gotta vet. You wonder why I tell y'all boys it's not a game. You wonder why I tell y'all this brother did not vet. And the reason he probably didn't vet is because he was won over by the outer appearance, right? The exterior. But you didn't really dive into the mentality, the interior. And a lot of y'all boys gonna fall victim for that, bro. You gotta stop falling victim to the exterior. The exterior is not gonna last. It's not gonna last. Man, y'all boys out of pocket, man. But this lady right here, if you remember, I dropped a video a long time ago. Take a look up on the screen. The 25 types of pro-blacks. Which one are you? And one of those archetypes that I gave was the BLM blacks. The black folks that discovered they were black because of Black Lives Matter, because of Mike Brown, because of George Floyd. When George Floyd happened, a bunch of people discovered they were black. And from my analysis, this lady, she's a BLM black, right? You saw them tweets before. She was praying to God for a white boy. You know what I mean? She wants to, listen, she even said that one crazy tweet. She said she's passionate about being with a white person. She said she could only see herself with a white man having a half-white wedding with mixed children. Take a look up on the screen. She said this. And then when George Floyd happened, when Ahmaud Arbery happened, take a look up on the screen. She said this. Having a black son is hitting different right now. In less than a week, I seen how the system may end his life in 3 different ways. A white woman's fragility and power, state sanctioned violence, or another black boy. This is terrifying. I am terrified. She went on to say, you people keep dating these white men that fetishize us. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Meanwhile, keep in mind, never mind. Let's continue. She went on to say, thank God for black men who appreciate what black beauty truly is. She went on to say, when will black men in media praise black women? Then we wonder why we have so many broken homes. Why should a black man start a family with a woman with your mentality? That's what I don't understand. Why do they think, once you have that mentality, why is a black man obligated to start a family with you? Yes, I agree. Black men should start families with black women, but not one with your mentality. Because if a black man has to choose between a white woman and a woman with your mentality, I don't care who he chooses. Actually, I'm going to tell him, get the white girl. It makes more sense. It makes more logical sense to just go with the white girl. Because to go with the black woman talking like that don't make no sense to nobody. Let's continue. She went on to say, it hurts as a dark-skinned black woman to see my fellow black men make me feel less beautiful for not adhering to white beauty standards. Oh my God, bro. These BLM blacks, as soon as George Floyd happened, now all of a sudden, my fellow black man, and oh my God, the black men in media, and the black men who appreciate black beauty, and oh my God, these BLM blacks. She went on to say, black men, I praise you for your strength, and I see how society has put up barriers in every aspect of your life so you cannot succeed. Bro, this was the same lady who said that she was going to lay up and have babies with black men's arch nemesis, our ancestral rivals. Yo, this lady gotta be suffering from some level of schizophrenia. Let's continue. She said this, I feel like a white man, no matter how much he loves me, he will not understand deeply what it means to be black and the pressures, etc., etc. Only a black man will understand what I go through daily in this Western society. I won't fear being a fantasy or a fetish to some white man. Oh my God. Lady, once you go over this, stay on that side, man. Why can't they ever stay on that side? You see, that's what I'm saying. This brother, he did not vet. He heard all this rhetoric. Oh, black man, I love you for your strength. Black man, I love you. Black men, I know they put barriers in front of you, and the natural hair and the locks and the pro-black civil rights activism. Brothers, you cannot let these women bamboozle you in this fashion. You have to do your due diligence, man. Man, y'all boys think it's a game, man. These women out here running scams, but they out here running a hustle. It's a racket, man. Yo, I'm telling you. That's why I say once a woman starts talking all this blackity black, I feel like you trying to run game on me, man. And I shouldn't feel that way. I should not feel that way. But from what I've seen, from what I've experienced, I feel like you trying to run game. I feel like there's something you hiding. I feel like this is not really you. This is not who you really are. I shouldn't feel that way, but after a while, it becomes pattern recognition. Like the person said earlier, it becomes pattern recognition. Now let's continue. She went on to say, a black man already knows how to deal with societal disadvantages. Only a black man can prepare my black son. She said, most black women want to love, marry, and reproduce with black men. That's why we're so hard on y'all, because we want the best for you. She went on to say, I've dated every race. Bro, I'm telling you, once a woman tells me that, hey baby, you know, it's nice meeting you. It's nice meeting you. I had a lovely conversation. You're a beautiful woman. Holla at me. You never gonna hear from me ever again. Listen, once a woman tells me that, I've dated everybody. Listen, I'm gone. It's the never carried that's a lane back in the building. Yes, indeed. And I'm gone. Peace. Man, she went on to say, I've dated every race. If you're anything like me, you'll appreciate black men much more. So you had to go get bent over by the white boys, the Arab boys, the Asian boys, the Japanese boys to find out you appreciate black men. I didn't have to go smash all the women across the world to understand that I appreciate black women. I never went through a phase where I was praising the heavens. I was praising the ancestors. I was talking to the Orishas to bless me with a white girl. I've never went through this phase. Brothers. And if you're a black man like me who never went through that phase, you deserve better, man. You deserve better. I don't know who this brother is, but I believe he deserves better. I believe black men deserve better. Now, if you're a black man, you just be dating everybody. You be dating the white girls. You be running around with everybody. I mean, it's whatever. But I'm talking about the brothers like me. You know, we deal within our race. We deal within our culture. We deal within, you know, our confines of what we feel comfortable with. But if you're like me, brothers, you cannot operate like Dr. Umar, because if you follow Dr. Umar's philosophy, he has no standards. He makes no distinctions. He believes that you should just get with a black woman just because she's black, just because she's melanated, just because her epidermis can withstand the heat coming off the rays of the sun. And me, I do not preach that message. I do not promote that message. My message is her mentality is what's most important. Her mindset is what's most important. Her mindset is what makes her beautiful. Don't pay attention to the outer appearance. Don't pay attention to the rhetoric. Don't pay attention to the outer presentation. Don't pay attention to the external accessories. If you're going based on the external appearance, you can be fooled, because any woman can wake up any day, get some braids, get some locks, start embracing her natural hair, start dressing like an Egyptian queen from ancient Kemet, and then you're gonna think that you got a beautiful black queen on your hands. Oh my God, she's elegant, she's intelligent, man, she's a goddess. No, brother, no, she's not. She's not. She's putting on an act. She's putting on a persona. She's trying to fool you and bamboozle you. But once you peel behind the curtain, you examine the mindset, you realize everything is not what it seems. Everything is not what it seems. So, like I said, brothers, let this be another case study for why you should examine and vet the woman that you choose to be the mother of your child. Because this brother did not do his due diligence, and now he got his baby moms, he got his wife, whatever, talking about his 3-year-old son, talking about he's a little misogynist, and oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Keep in mind, she was ready to be a traditional housewife for any white man. She was praying to the ancestors to bless her with a white man. Unfortunately, her calls never came, and like most swirlers, like most divestors, they end up running back to the black man. Remember I did that video a couple weeks ago? Take a look up on the screen. The reason why divestors run back to black men. Bro, they always end up running back to the black man. And when they run back to the black man, they become extra supreme pro-black. They become Harriet Tubman all of a sudden, right? They become Harriet Tubman. But before they became Harriet Tubman, they was walking around talking like Candace Owens. They was walking around living like Candace Owens. So my advice to my brothers is this: vet, do your due diligence, make sure the mindset is up to par, man. Make sure the mindset is up to par. Don't take back these Candace Owens rejects turn Harriet Tubman, these divestors turn pro-black activists. Man, it's so many of these women walking around. I'm telling you, brothers, I've been on dates with women like this, bro. I've been on dates with women like this, man. Multiple occasions, man. Multiple occasions. When you know how to ask the right questions, you can get to the bottom of things. But man, it's hilarious at this point. It's hilarious. But anyways, I don't want this video to be too long. It's been 30 minutes. It's your boy Neverkari, the Salim, back in the building. Yes, indeed. Cash out up on the screen, and I'm gone. Peace.
Reincarnated, I'm back in original fashion. I left on a horse and came back in the ass, and I left with abundance and came back to famine. We used to be pyramids, now we be rapping. Look how the mighty have fallen. Used to be running, now we be walking. When you be cooning, that's when they applauded. Selling your soul, your sons and your daughter. Gotta come up in this shit, they stuck in the mix. Really, my heart it be breaking. That's why I'm stacking that paper and handle my business. Pass it down in generation. Talking about money and power and building a nation. That's a deadly combination. Never be watching the TV, they pushing agendas, falsifying information. Know they got malice intentions. Step in the room and I'm feeling the tension. Enemy watching, he blocking my vision. Get for the checkers, I need my redemption. Building my kingdom, I need it protected. Ready for war like a young Money Congo. Never decided the team is the motto. Up in the crib and I'm whipping up waffles. Up in the crib and I'm smoking gelato. I'm chilling, I'm taking my pain and make it ambition. I'm blessed by the gods, but I ain't religious. I came for the power, they came for the bitch. They making no hourly wage, I got business. This is an art, and they could never be taught. Selling my soul, I can never be bought. Play with my money, I see you ain't caught. Run to the check and I do it for sport. Babylon falling, I go to the source. Packing my luggage and go overseas. Shorty be with me and she so elite. Shorty be chocolate, I'm calling her Hershey. Secret intelligence probably gon' murk me. Don't fuck with brands, cause nigga I'm Haitian. Say the wrong shit and you're smacking their faces.